So the first one is,
Right.
what has your relationship with food been like in the past?
So my relationship with food was really disturbed in many ways because I grew up in a family where food was very much available all the time, and I had my grandparents in the background who lived in another century of when it came to food. So we were not able to leave food on our plates, even if you were full. And then I had my mom and my dad saying, "Don't eat too much." So my relationship with food from a very, very young age became a little bit confusing and awkward in a way that I didn't understand what is right and who
Yeah.
should I listen to when it came to food. So it became a little bit blurry in my mind, and unfortunately, I went to a point where just did what my grandma mostly told me, and then I felt bad when I came to my house. So it was a little bit like that from the
Yes.
most part. But yeah, it was really bad, my relationship with food, and I say was because it started getting better.
Right, so let's move on to that. So,
Yeah.
can you remember why did you decide to join the Rewire Your Weight program?
I remember that I was scrolling through TikTok and I came across one of your why this is not your problem kind of video. Like, it's not the problem that you're not there, or you can't do this, but you can do other things. So I was like, oh, that's me. Let's listen to that. And I think that video was about the workshop you were doing, the 3-day workshop, and I commented workshop and then went on your profile and start digging on the videos and say, "Oh yeah, that's me. I should be here." So yeah, I was like, I'm gonna pay this fairly good amount of money for myself to just upgrade my mindset when it comes to food. And it was like the best thing I've ever did, honestly.
Oh, amazing. Well, how did you find it? Because obviously you've like gone through your experience now. How did you actually find the Rewire Your Weight program?
It was, the least to say, eye-opening from like many aspects, because I had so many questions and I didn't know the answers, and I was searching all over like all these years and no answers found, and it was getting to the point it was more confusing. So when I stepped in and I started like listening to all those things, I finally said, "This is not my problem. Something happened there." So when I was like joining and rejoining, it was every day was different, and it was one step further all the time. And I realized that, I can do this, I can change that, and it's gonna be easier than you thought. So yeah, it was amazing actually.
So you've kind of already mentioned it a little bit, but what have been some of the biggest positive changes for you since you've kind of gone through the Rewire Your Weight program?
Well, number one, I started eating when I truly wanted to eat. So I realized I only need to eat maybe in the morning and then with my coffee and stuff before I got to work. And after that, like if I ate something like fruit in like around noon and stuff when the work lunch is, which I had the most issues with because I would start eating pretty
Yeah.
much everything. Then I ate my lunch around 3 or 4. Like all these hours, I was super okay with pretty much nothing. So like, okay, I don't need to eat those prearranged meals that I had on my diet for so long. And I
Yes.
still have those diets, and I look at them now. I'm like, this is so frustrating because it was saying morning, this period of time, like noon, this period of time. I'm like, how did I do that? I'm like, okay,
Amazing.
I don't need the food I thought I needed. And the other part about emotional eating, I was very much of an emotional eater. Unfortunately, I couldn't like manage my emotions, especially my anger, my boredom, and my anxiety. These were the three main reasons I had an issue with, and food. And now I just sit there. I say, this is fine. This is happening to me. I know I'm like that. I'm frustrated. I'm bored. But I don't need to reach out for food. So I don't know. Maybe like 6 weeks now, I haven't eaten like emotionally. I'm very conscious when I eat, even if I don't want to, but it's not emotional. The emotional part is like we close it outside. This is nothing to do with food anymore, which is very liberating because I had the food noise all the time, and I was telling you about that as well. It was constantly on my brain. Like I entered the supermarket and it was there 24/7. So now it's only when I'm hungry, really hungry, when I'm start thinking. After that, it's like gone again. No
So you've
cravings and all of that.
Yeah, so you've gone from having a lot of food noise, because I remember you talking about this at the beginning, like 24
Yes.
hours obsession, to sounding like it's not actually there anymore. You think about food when it's time to eat, but then actually just life carries on.
Yes, exactly. And I was telling you, I'm testing myself all the time. And I go to places with very nice foods. I'm obsessed with little cafes and the treats they have. I'm just looking at them and say, yeah, this is nice, but I don't want it. And I just have my coffee or my tea or whatever's that. And this is was not like happening before. So yeah, and even in the supermarket, I was telling you, I was walking through every aisle, especially the chocolates one, because I'm a sweet tooth, unfortunately for us. And I was looking at the chocolates, and they were not speaking to me. I'm like, okay, that's nice. It's just a package there, standing there. It's not
Yeah.
personal anymore.
Absolutely. Could you have believed, Sissy, that if someone had have told you a few months ago that you would be saying this, would you have actually have believed them?
No way, no way. Even if it was fast forward for me and I've seen it with my own eyes, I would say, no, that's not me, that's someone else, 100%.
Yeah, and yet here you are, which is amazing.
Yes.
Do you think that your kind of overeating behavior has also kind of gotten better? Because I know you've mentioned emotional eating, but in terms of just like overeating in general, do you feel like that's also balanced out a lot more for you?
A lot, and binge eating as well, because I'm in an office. Sometimes boredom hits very fast, and you have things there and all of that. It's very quiet at that part now. Like I remember, and I had my fiance stating that too. And when I asked him that, I was going to the kitchen or opening that fridge, I don't know how many times a day, and we're not the whole hours together, like just the evening parts.
Yeah.
And it was crazy. I was like, yeah, I'm doing that. I'm just opening the fridge to see what's inside, and I'm looking for things that I don't have at home. I'm like, what is going on? So that part is very most like quiet.
So you've actually just said something really important there that, oftentimes maybe people watching this have experienced the guilt of I've kind of overindulged on holiday, I've eaten a little bit too much, and now
Yeah,
I feel guilty for it. So I'm going to force myself to go back to a way of eating. Whereas you're
yeah.
saying that actually this just feels quite natural for you, that you just want to do it because you want to do it, which is amazing.
Oh yeah, 100%. Like I was telling my fiance all the time, like this is very nice food. They had an amazing cuisine, but I really need to do the other thing because I felt so much more okay. I didn't felt like full all the time. I actually needed to not feel full. And like this is confusing for me. I didn't have that before. So yeah, it was like a very natural with me. And I thought going on vacation for 9 days, it would be like I will forget all about that and I will go back. And I was terrified of that a little bit when I saw the nice food and all of that there. I'm like,
Yeah.
this is not the case actually. It's still in there. So
Yeah.
I was thinking of that, but not in a bad like way. Like not don't eat that because after that, blah blah blah. No, it was like that felt really good. And I'm like, I'm gonna go back and do exactly the same after the holiday. So yeah, it was nice.
I love it. I can hear the calmness, which is so amazing, isn't it? Okay, final
I don't think
question.
I've spoken about food with such calmness before.
Oh, say that again. You've not spoken about food with much calmness before.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a big one, isn't it, for a lot of people, which is awesome.
Yes.
Okay,
100%.
final question. What would you say to anyone who might be thinking about joining the Rewire Your Weight program? But obviously, there's a financial investment. Maybe they're apprehensive. They might not think it's going to work for them. Um, Anything that you'd like to say to them?
Take that risk because we think it's a risk for some reason. Like everything that goes out of the comfort zone is a risk, but we forget that we are already way deep in risks. But on the other way, like health risks or our mental health risks, all of that. So take that risk. Just, I would say that phrase, be curious and do it for yourself. We're buying so many things over like the months of this year, and they're costing us way more than that. And if you're really trying to figure out what the hell is going on in my head, and I'm not weird, I'm not crazy, but I need to know what's that and why I have this way. So like 100% go for it. So yeah,
Amazing.
100%. I would do it again, really.
Amazing. Thank you, Cissy.
Thank you so much, Rachel.
You're very welcome. Well, thank you for showing up for yourself. And obviously, like you said, you put the effort in. And I always say to people, yeah, trust the process, but your results are a reflection of actually you committing that for yourself that you are worthy of this and you're deserving of this. And when people put in the effort with the program starts to help them change, get different results. So
Exactly.